What's up, guys? Manny, Carrera, your real estate resource, and this is episode number 5 of Whiskey Wednesday podcast sessions, where we sit with influencers, entrepreneurs, movers, and shakers over a glass of some fine whiskey. Today, we're going to be drinking Jameson Black Barrel, and I'm going to be joined by my guest. Now, this gentleman, he's a model, he's a hustler, he's a music manager, as well as a radio personality. Famous Loza.
Thank you for having me, Manny.
Thank you for being here.
I appreciate it.
So we always start with a little cheers, and you got a drink, bro.
Oh, let's drink. I'll wait for you.
So just want to welcome you to the show. You know, you definitely have a lot going on, and we're gonna get into that. First things first, I want to kind of just pass the mic over to you. Kind of tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do, and who is Famous Loza?
Famous Loza. Born and raised in El Paso, Texas, May 5th, 1988. Born and raised in El Paso, Lower Valley. Ever since I was young, I had big dreams of aspirations of being successful. A lot of people ask me, what is success? Success is what you make out of it, what makes you happy at the end of the day, what keeps you going, what keeps you motivated. So I've always been a big fan of music. I love music to the fullest. Music expresses me in many ways, as well as other people. And I know what good music is. God bless me with some big old ears. And I ended up being the music manager. I came across multiple artists, local artists. I started off as a music promoter. And from a music promoter, I was noticed by other artists and like, hey, how about you manage me? Shout outs to Little Hayes from San Antonio, Texas. Shout outs to Mark M5 from San Antonio, Texas. Shout outs to Dave from San Antonio, Texas. These were all artists who gave me opportunities to be there, manage them. And I did a great job managing them. I got them shows. We were on tour with Juicy J, 3-6 Mafia,
nice.
Bone Thugs and Harmony.
That's dope.
So it was pretty cool. Me moving back to El Paso. I told myself, man, I need to go back to school. The reason why I really moved back to El Paso is because I went through a rough breakup at the time, and I was living in Arizona, and I just told myself, you know what, I need to be with my loved ones. I need to be home. So I went back home, and I told myself, Felipe, what makes you happy? I looked at myself in the mirror, and I said, what makes you happy, man? And honestly, I wanted to do everything my ex-girlfriend didn't want me to be. She didn't want me to be a male model. So I became a male model in the city of El Paso. She didn't want me to be anything to do with the night scene, which was music life or anything like that. So I ended up being a music manager, a music promoter, things of that nature.
You retaliated, you went rebel.
I honestly went 360 on her. And I also ended up being a music radio DJ host for EPC Dangerous Radio. I have my own show, airs on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Where I expose the local scene artists in El Paso, Texas, such as Miles Angels and so many others.
That's awesome.
That's a lot, man.
You're busy, bro.
I like to keep myself busy, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, hey, there's no time to do this or this. Well, you gotta make time for your life, you feel me? It's your vision.
You gotta prioritize.
You gotta prioritize, and that's the perfect word. Most people don't understand what the word priority means.
Right.
They always feel defeated by certain things, whether it's a roadblock, a speed bump, or a stop sign. They feel, oh, all hope is lost and their dream goal is gone.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm here to tell you it's not gone. You just keep pushing forward. You do you. You are your only limit. You feel me? You did not wake up today to be mediocre. You woke up to be fucking amazing, to go above and beyond. Excuse my language.
You could cuss here.
Oh, I could.
Yeah.
But like I said, you wake up to go hard. You don't want to be mediocre today, because if you're mediocre today, you're gonna be mediocre tomorrow. You're gonna be mediocre the rest of your life.
Right.
So what's the point of being mediocrity? Like, I don't see it.
Yeah. You're basically talking about just what's the point of being second? Why do you wake up to be second when you could just wake up and be the best?
Be what you want.
If you're a gas station attendant, be the best gas station attendant that you can be. Do your job and execute every single day. Don't half-ass anything, because anything you do, put your name behind.
You are 110%.
Right.
Whatever you do it with passion, do it with love, because I'm telling you right now, not all bad things, not all good things go unnoticed. I promise you. I'm a perfect example of that. I worked my butt off. Perfect example, when I was 18 years old, I got arrested. I went to, right out of high school, Bel Air High School. I graduated, I got a partial scholarship to go play.
Which is, by the way, how we know each other.
Yes, we grew up, me and Manny, we go history. We got nothing but respect for this Don right here. He is the most loyal guy that you've ever come across, and he keep it 100 with you. He's no ketchup, no mustard. He's A1. He's legit.
A1.
You feel me?
I like that.
So, but the way I met Manny, what were we talking about right now?
We were actually talking about Dude, I just kind of got into little high school stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we were talking about the whole you not being mediocre type thing. If you wake up to be mediocre, then you're gonna be mediocre forever. And I told myself one day, you know, God put you here for a purpose. You know, I went through a lot of stuff in life. My freshman year in college at Angelo State University, I was playing college basketball. I got a partial scholarship. I was involved in a really serious car accident where I was left to die. The driver of the vehicle left me in the vehicle where after it was wrecked. I was inebriated. We were at a college party, and we were driving 110 on a Ford Focus on a dirt road, and we wrecked. He left me there to die. I woke up in the hospital, and ever since then I told myself, you cannot take life for granted. So ever since then, I told myself, you're gonna do things to the positive, to the T. In high school, you know how much of a dick I was. I wasn't the greatest person in high school, you know? I came across in high school as a bad person sometimes. Yeah. But you know, I changed my point of view in life, and I told myself, what do you want to do? Why did God put you here? And I told myself, God put me here for many reasons, to help people achieve their dream and to let them know that mediocrity is not the way you want to go. Yeah. And you, Manny, honestly, I applaud you for the things that you've done. Low key, between you and me. I don't want anybody, don't tell anybody. I respect you, and you're one of the low keys to me people I look up to. The reason why I say that is because you worked your ass off. Yeah. You know, you worked with Verizon and you worked your way up there with them. You got a promotion with them, and you're living the life out there in Miami. Yeah. And yet now you're doing this, and now you're one of the greatest realtors in El Paso, Texas. If not the greatest, the best. I'm telling you right now.
And those are facts.
No, they're not lies.
This is facts.
I'm telling you straight up. The man goes above and beyond. He does his due diligence. He does his homework. And not only does he do that, he gives you 100% satisfaction. Guaranteed, day in and day out. You have no worries about my boy.
Appreciate that, man.
Like seriously, like his work ethic through high school, like was a go-getter. He was not even a money motivator. He was motivated by himself. Let alone being the best baseball player he was, the best student he could be at Ballard High School.
Yeah.
And I saw that from you. And like me growing up, you know, no homo. Which I'm old. I'm 29. I see you now. You're doing your thing as a realtor, and you work your butt off for your customers and your people. And it's not more of a friend. It's more of a family environment that you give them. Loyalty, respect, dignity, you know? And that's what people nowadays seem to mistake. Like they lost those values, and you bring them up, man.
Yeah, and I think just in sales in general, people just focus on the wrong things. It's all about numbers. It's all about money.
Yeah.
How much money am I gonna make on this deal? How much money am I gonna make on this deal? So when you take money out of the equation and you just help, you know, it's funny because I mean you kind of went off on what you have going on and a little bit about yourself.
Yeah.
And by the way, you're gonna let us know what cigar you're puffing on right now. But you know, that smells really good. What is that?
That's a LFD. I'm sorry, LFD.
LFD. Yeah. So I'm not actually gonna smoke a cigar with you. So you're gonna have to do it by yourself. But I've been very since Miami, I've been very hesitant.
Over there.
Yeah, but I've been very hesitant to pick up another cigar. My first cigar experience wasn't a good one.
Why?
I actually don't even think I've said it on the podcast yet.
Well, I mean,
but okay. So very embarrassing. But I went out there for Verizon, opened up a whole bunch of stores. I hadn't seen the beach in my first 2 months of living there. I was there for 60 days and I hadn't even seen the water. Was just so busy working every single day.
You posted that on social media.
Yeah. I think I posted the next day. I did a little mirror selfie.
Yeah, I saw that.
I was like,
gonna hit the beach.
That's so fun. Yeah, dude, that's so funny. You remember that?
Man, and I told myself.
That's like 5 years ago.
And that's when I told myself, my boy's a go-getter. Like my boy's out in Miami working his tail off. Not enjoying life,
bro.
But he's working his tail off and embracing the good, the bad, the evil, the nice, the beautiful, and he's just taking it. And we need more people like you.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, that just comes down to work ethic, and I think that can be taught, but also, you know, I was raised like that. You know, my dad actually raised me to do just that. Like, if you're gonna be a gas tenant,
be the best one.
Be the best one. Yeah. Do your job. Wake up every day. Don't make excuses. You know, and that's it. Just every day get to work, work, little by little. So. That was just always instilled in me. But anyway, so you know, after 2 months of not going to the beach, I finally had a day that I was like, I'm gonna fucking go on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to the beach and I'm gonna treat myself. You know, I went to Clevelander on South Beach. That's Ocean and 5th, on Ocean and 11th. I'm sorry, and sat down. got myself some calamari. This is when I was eating fish.
Healthy?
No. I'm a vegan. I don't eat animals. Yeah. Anything with a face, I don't eat it.
Sorry.
No, just kidding. Nothing wrong with eating faces or anything. But so I had some calamari. I had a nice sandwich. I was getting pretty tipsy. You know, I was drinking. A cigar girl walks by. I was like, let me try it. You know, fuck it. I'm gonna go to the beach. I rented a cabana thing. I was like doing it by myself. Yeah, I was by myself. I had no friends or family over there yet. And I'm drinking and I get the cigar and I'm like smoking it. I felt like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
Honestly, I felt like such a
Ricky
boss,
Ross.
you know? I'm looking around and I'm like, okay, there's a lot of people here. It's pretty cool. Smoking it and then I start texting. I have the cigar in my mouth and I totally forgot not to inhale.
Yeah.
So I'm inhaling the whole time. Literally probably like 15 seconds. I take the cigar out of my mouth and as soon as I did that, my body went cold. I was on the cabana, I went cold. I started getting super nauseous. I started shaking. I started sweating, and then I started throwing up.
Oh.
Now this is the embarrassing part. You know what I'm saying? This fucking.
I want to hear this.
So I start throwing up, and I'm like being pretty loud. Everybody's chilling, relaxing on South Beach. You know, everybody's taking naps and reading books and shit. And I started throwing up, and people started looking my way, and I'm like, fuck. I couldn't move. I couldn't even run back to I couldn't even move, bro. Like I was dead. And like to make it worse, the seagulls that were there at the beach started making all this noise, and flying at me, and they started
eating your vomit,
bro. And I was like, get the fuck away. And everybody was looking because it was like 50 seagulls.
Oh,
so it was my first beach experience. I was trying to treat myself out.
Yo, that's one for
I
the
got
bugs.
super dizzy, bro. Started throwing up everywhere. Everybody was watching me. I had to like bury it.
Yeah.
Because the birds wouldn't stop eating. It was embarrassing.
That is a story for the making.
We might cut this. We might cut that.
We can't cut that. We could not cut that. We could not cut that. That has to be true live TV right there, man.
Alright, bro, so tell us a little bit about your first cigar. Smoking something good right there.
Well,
good.
Funny that you say that. My first cigar was in Kentucky. I was working as an electrician for an industrial construction company.
You're an electrician too?
I was. Cool. I no longer like to claim electricians because it wasn't my calling. It was what my ex-girlfriend wanted me to be. And I witnessed a lot of shit out there in Kentucky, but that's aside from that. My first cigar, I was out there with a lot of paisas, a lot of Hispanic Latinos, and we're talking about our different backgrounds, and we started drinking some bucanas, as they would say, Buchanans, and we started drinking, and one of my compas, Horacio, shout out to Horacio, he's out there in Syracuse, New York. He was my mentor for an electrician. He's like, oye, Feli, ¿tú quieres un cubano? And I was like, no, I'm not gay, don't worry about it. Yeah.
Cuban?
No, he's Dominican. Yeah, he's Dominican. And I was like, nah, and I thought he was like, he thought I was gay. I was like, no, yo no soy joto, no, de que habla cubano, yo no quiero cubano. And he's like, no, tú fumas un cubano, quiero un cubano. And I was like, ¿tienes uno? He's like, sí, coño, toma, coño. Yeah.
Bro, I love my Dominican, Puerto Rican.
The Latino race in general, bro.
Bro, Miami was such a fucking beautiful place to live in.
Bro, I can only imagine the nightlife. And honestly,
not even just the nightlife, bro, just the culture.
Yeah,
so many culture. You had Brazilians, you had people from fucking Nicaragua, you had, people from Brazil, Jamaica. You had so many different people and cultures that it was such a boiling pot. It was so, and then all the restaurants and food. Food is the one thing that I'll say, if you do go to Miami, not Orlando or all these other places, I feel like Miami doesn't even feel like Florida. I feel like it feels like you're out of this whole world, you know? It's such an amazing place, but food out there is A1. That is A1.
That is A1. Is there a specific place you would recommend anybody to go?
Yeah, there's a lot of places. Which
one was the one that you would definitely want to go, like your top one in Miami? The top place you would always go to when you're depressed, happy, sad, whatever.
There was a couple places I used to go to, but the one place that I used to love, the type of food that I used to love, was Peruvian food.
Never had it.
There's this plate. It's called lomo saltado, or saltado. I'm saying it right. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. What they do, what Peruvians do, is they really flavor their fucking food, bro. They really season and flavor their food good. So lomo saltado was my favorite plate at the time. This is when, again, I ate meat because it was a bomb. It would be a bed of white rice over a bed of French fries, over a bed of steak. But it was seasoned in a way that was so delicious, and on the side it had these types of peanuts that just the flavor combination of the two
combined
fucking
exploded your mind, type shit.
dude, like that was the best thing to ever hit my palate.
Wow.
And I used to go there literally like every Thursday, sometimes every Sunday too.
Wow.
And that place was bomb.
What's it
Peruvian food was the shit. I don't know. I don't remember. But I know where it's at. It's off of the Turnpike and Cutler Bay. It's literally right on the corner.
Okay.
Cutler Bay and the Turnpike. And that place was bomb. I mean, that's one of the dopest entrees that I've ever had. But I interrupted you.
No,
on
it's
your
okay.
story. I'm hungry, I think.
So yeah, me too, right?
I'm hungry.
So my mentor, Horacio, my electrician, like, ¿tú qué cubano? And he gave me one. And he's like, ¿tú sabes cómo fumar estos? And at the time, I was like, yeah, you know, I guess, whatever. It's my first time. And he cut it open and whatnot, lit it for me. And he told me,
trying to cut it open.
no, not cut it open. He cut it for me, you know, because he had to play and stuff.
Yeah.
And he's like, no le pegues tan duro. And I was like, and I told him, like, cállate, por favor, cállate, güey. I was like, just shut up, you know. Oye, coño, por favor, déjame fumar, ya tú sabes. And I just took a nice, and honestly, it was the most relaxing. It was a Cuban, the best cigar I've ever had. Yeah. And honestly, I can never get my hands on those, and I wish I could, because if I could, I'd probably be addicted to those.
I got you, bro. I still got my Cuban Connects back in Miami.
Hey!
What do you need?
I need a whole Cuban box. Bring me some.
And it's crazy because some of those cigars are actually illegal.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. And it was the actual Cuban cigar. I think it was called the Castro.
Yeah.
And I was just like amazed by it.
The cool thing was too about Miami and cigars is going to even just South Beach, just heading out there, you'll see older gentlemen pulling out the white table and rolling up hand-rolled cigars, Cuban cigars there, hand-rolled, like they're rolling up in front of you. And
that is amazing.
It's a crazy process too.
It really is.
Actually, the second episode of Whiskey Wednesday, we interviewed the owner of Vitolas, Fernando Gandara, and it was really cool because he dropped a ton of knowledge, on cigars, bro. Like he is so informed on the cigar, the process, the leaf. Yeah, that's his passion, you know. Him and his family. So definitely a cool place. But
at the end of the day, so if you have a passion, go for it, man. That's basically the moral of the story, because I wasn't having a passion for cigars, but when my boy today, Manny, brought me into Whiskey Wednesdays, and I told myself, I gotta get a cigar.
Yeah, definitely, man.
I have to. It's one of the best places to be at.
Yeah, definitely. It's a really cool spot right across the Chihuahua Stadium. Super nice location in a really unique building.
Relaxing building.
Yeah. So that's cool, man. But kind of switching gears, I could tell that even just the people listening on iTunes or the people watching on YouTube can definitely feel the energy that you bring. The outgoing spirit that you have. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about your first show or first radio broadcast or first time ever having all the attention on you. What was that like for you? Was it kind of like a nerve-wracking?
It wasn't. It was more of a embracing the moment type thing. It's something that I always wanted, something that I always dreamed for. And I told myself, if you shy away from this moment, in the back of my head, I'm thinking, if you shy away from this moment, then you're never gonna get this moment again. So my first time, I want to give a massive shout out to Tom Banks. Who's Tom Banks? Who is the greatest management company out there for local artists, artist development, anything like that. Tom Banks reached out to me through Instagram. I'm like, hey, you know what? We love you. We love everything about you. The fact that you model, the fact that you are out there socializing. Like, would you like to host one of our hip hop shows? And at the time, I hadn't had my radio show or anything like that. I was just about to start my radio show, as a matter of fact. And I was like, yeah, definitely, let's do it. So we had our first hip hop show downtown El Paso at the Rock House Cafe. And it was just enormous. Like the crowd that showed up, it was amazing. There's a lot of fan support out here in El Paso, Texas.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, like loyalty comes far in El Paso. It really does. The show was free. We did it for the fans, and I hosted it. We had some great artists, And I told everybody, hey, my name is Famous Loza. Make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. And that night, my Instagram rate literally went from 600, 700 followers to now I'm like 1,400. And it's been about like a year since the first show.
That's cool.
And honestly, I embraced it. I had the most fun. I wasn't scared. I wasn't shy. I wasn't intimidated because, like I said, if you are these things at the time that you want it to not be, then you're gonna shy away and you're gonna never want to, pursue your dreams because you're starstruck. You're scared. You're you don't want to be that person.
And that's so funny. I know we're talking a little bit about finding what makes you happy, your passion, and all that stuff too. And to kind of go off of that question I just asked you, your first time being in front of the camera. I remember actually my first time, and bro, this was like the scariest moment.
Why?
So this was about 7 to 8 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. But I was actually doing music.
Oh, wow.
At one point. And back in the day, this is back in the day, and me and my cousin used to make music, hip hop, R&B. We had some songs on 104.
I know.
We would be on the, So it was funny because at that time I had never, ever put myself in front of the camera. I had never put myself in that limelight where people were in a position to talk shit and judge.
Yep.
I was always very, hesitant to put myself out there because of what people thought. I don't know what the hell got into me at this point in my life, and I think my life goes in little phases, just like everybody's life.
Everybody's.
You have this interest, and you were into this, and then you were into this, and you were into this. Well, at the time, I really wanted to express a lot of stuff that I was going through at the time. And the only way I felt I could was through music. So I remember one day uploading a Facebook video of me basically doing a song that I had just the lyrics, but it was over an instrumental that I jacked on YouTube. I didn't ask for permission. Yeah. So I did that, and the first time I put that video out, I was fucking scared. I remember clicking it.
You're debating whether you should click.
I clicked it, and I was like, holy shit, like, I'm just gonna close my laptop.
Let's see what happens.
Let me go eat or something,
Yeah.
And I got a whole bunch of people like messaging me like, oh my god, that's so badass, and I was all excited. Well, anyways, a month into being super consistent, and after I got so much feedback, I was like, I want to do it again,
Yeah.
So I started putting out fucking like songs and videos on Facebook like every 3-4 days, and over a month or two of people finding out that I was rapping and doing music, I was like, let me fucking perform.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm gonna be doing this and people like it, like, let's just see what that would be like. So we did it. We booked our first gig, me and my cousin, and it was we were headlines, and it was at 915 bar over on Mesa.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out. It's not there no more, right? It's Rubik's.
Yep.
Yeah. So back in the day, it was 915 bar. It was a really cool spot. So, anyways, the whole plan was, I was like, I don't know what the fuck to do, like how should I do it? We put it out on Facebook, and we got I did an invitation thing and blasted it. Bunch of people confirmed.
Yeah.
And I was like, usually not even half of those people will go. So I was like, but that's still a big amount of people that were gonna go. So we planned for it, whatever. The day of the performance, I was fucking shitting bricks.
Yo, man.
I was like, okay, people have been seeing this on YouTube, but this is like the edited version, the video that I liked, and I was like, okay, they could see that. This is like real fucking like, people are gonna watch me and hear me live, So I was like, I'm fucking terrified. Well, me and my cousin get there, and the plan was have everybody inside 915. The DJ was my boy. He was spinning at the time, and he got on the mic, and his cue, I was gonna be outside, and his cue was gonna be, "You guys ready to see Manny C?" And then, so that when he said that, I was then gonna walk in, and the song was gonna start playing. I was gonna get handed the mic and start performing. I'm outside of the bar, okay, with my cousin. We don't know who's in there because you can't see in.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're outside, and we hear the cue. "You guys ready to see Manny C?" Dude, I swear, I heard so many fucking people, and at the time, at that moment, I was so confident because I was like, I don't know maybe it's just my family,
Yeah.
Bro, there was like 60 people there.
Wow.
And I heard him. I was outside and I heard it, and I was like, Alex, my cousin. I was like, Alex, I can't do it, bitch. I can't do it. I freaked out. I was shaky, bro.
Oh,
I was about to cry, and I was like, punch me in the stomach. No, dude. Punch me in the stomach. He punched me, dude. And I was like, punch me again. And he punched me again, and I was like, okay, let's go. Let's do it.
You ready?
So we did it, and everybody told me that when I got handed that mic, that my eyes were so fucking big.
Why?
Because of how terrified I was.
Yeah.
So much adrenaline was going through it, you know? But after that one performance, after that first 30 seconds of just being in front of people, at the time I wanted to do that. And after doing it, I was so fucking proud of myself. I was like, damn, like,
that's fast.
Never did I think I would have done that. And I did it, you know? But it's really just putting yourself out there.
It's
and
honestly,
fuck what people say.
Yeah, exactly what it is. Exactly what it comes down to is the fact that you had enough nerve to try to go above and beyond, you know? And that's what stands you out from everybody else. You feel me? Is the fact that you did it.
Right.
You know, the fact that you went out there and did it. The fact that you went out there and performed. It doesn't matter you had 60, 80, whatever amount of people. It's the fact that you went out there and you did your thing. And that's what you wanted and you performed. And that's all you could ever ask for, bro.
And that just goes back to what we were saying in the very beginning. Like, if anything that you want to do, if you're gonna be working at fucking Babies R Us, then cool. But be the best employee that you can. Don't wake up to be second place or mediocre, you know? So at the time, even though my goals had just switched from being a professional baseball player to now being a rapper, you know, which I'm like, what the fuck? What am I doing?
Everybody goes through those stages.
You know? But it was just such a fun, exciting time for me. I learned so much, and it even gave me and built the confidence that I have to do these podcasts, these YouTube videos, put myself out there. Like, I have so much confidence because I've been able to do that in front of people.
Yeah.
And I've learned at that point, you know, it doesn't matter what anybody here watching or listening says about what I want to do.
Exactly.
At the end of the day, it's my happiness and it's what I want to do.
It's your vision. You feel me?
That's it, you know?
Nobody has your vision but you.
So we've been talking, we've been drinking, we've been smoking.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoying it.
Oh, I'm enjoying it. Thank you for having
cool,
me.
Man. Cool. So, you know, kind of going into the direction of, you know, social media right now, I feel like we're in such a huge point in this moment in time, you know, in history, where social media is really dominating every sector. And we could even say, you know, TV, radio, and things like that.
Magazine.
Yeah, newspaper, bench ads, you know. Social media is dominating a lot of these things. So being in radio, you know, that's definitely one awesome medium to reach a network and to get messages out. So is podcasting, you know, that's pretty much the same thing. So how does social media play a part hand in hand with your brand, the famous Loza brand that you're creating? Because obviously you're on radio, you know, so how does social media go hand in hand with what you're doing right now on radio? And what kind of presence are you trying to create, you know?
It's a big turning point. It's a big factor, having social media with any type of branding, whether it's your branding or somebody's branding, whatever. The reason why I say that is because social media has taken over thanks to technology. Technology is obsolete from one day to the next.
Right.
You know, you could do one thing, you could FaceTime one day and the next day you could transport yourself with technology pretty soon eventually, you know?
Yeah, and hopefully.
Yeah, you know, that's what I'm saying.
I would love to just like stop by Miami when I'm clocked out, done with work.
Yeah, you know, go to Dubai or something.
Hit up Mangoes, Sosa, Mangoes.
Hey. So
he's gone.
It's just one of those things that social media has been a major role in everybody's daily lives, simply because everybody has a Facebook, everybody has an Instagram, and the reason for it, whether you like it or not, is to keep up with your enemies, your friends, your relatives, your loved ones, you know. It's also a way of exposing yourself and what you want to do and how you want to go about it, because you might not know this, but people look up to you, people like you, not because of what you're doing, but because of who you are. People support you. So I have so many supporters, and I want to give massive shout outs to SP De La Cruz, who's out there in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. She's one of my biggest fans, my day one loyals. Oh yeah, and you just gotta go with social branding and social media. It goes hand in hand for what I'm doing to expose the music scene out here in El Paso, Texas. Yeah, I want to be able to put everybody on the map. My dream in life is to, I know everybody wants to say I want to put El Paso on the map, but I want to be able to help El Paso put El Paso on the map. I want to help El Paso individuals such as Manny Carrera and Carrera Homes, and I want to help Miles Angels and his music. I want to help Tom Banks and their music management, artist development, BDE Slim, Young Passion, Young Deluxe. There's so much talent out here in El Paso, Texas that it needs to be exposed one way or another. And I truly believe that I'm that median between the millenniums and the baby boomers, where I can connect anybody and everybody. Because truth be told, I can make a 98-year-old woman smile. You feel me? And she could be having the worst day of her life. It's just one of those things that you got to go above and beyond. And social media, if you use it correctly, you will gain weekly amount of benefits off of it, from your followers, from people retweeting, from people reliking your stuff. And it's all about doing that nowadays. You feel me? And social media really exploits that in many ways. It's a cornucopia of routes, of doors, of windows of opportunities for many people if you use the tool correctly. Of course, there's people that are going to be posting pictures of them being naked, things of that nature. That's not going to be cool, because that's going to come back and haunt you. But if you're out there promoting good stuff like the well-being and health and people and their businesses, things of that nature, that's going to go in a long way with social media, because people see you as a promoter of public relations or as an advertiser, whatever the situation is.
Cool. So right now, for those of you listening on podcasts, we're live right now on iTunes. We're also on YouTube, and we're now on Instagram Live. We're right now recording Whiskey Wednesday podcast session number 5.
Cinco.
Right? 4 is coming out today. We're recording number 5, and I'm here with my guest, Famous Loza. So Loza is a radio personality. He's also a model. He's a hustler, and he's a music manager. We're right now on our podcast. We're one drink in.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
One drink in.
On Facebook or Instagram?
This is Instagram, Sosa. So let's get Facebook running. So we're one drink in right now. We're drinking Jameson Black Barrel, and we've been talking about a whole bunch of good stuff. So far, let's recap, a little bit about what we've been talking about. Success, finding your passion. We've been talking about, social media, marketing, branding.
Just being out there, being you. Never let anybody tell you can't, you shouldn't, or you won't. Because I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, you can, you should, and you will. Don't ever let anybody tell you you're not the one, you can't do this, because you know what? You are your only limitation. When people say the sky's the limit, that's still false, because you're still limiting yourself. You are your only competition, I want to say. You look at yourself in the mirror and you tell yourself, what can I do today to make somebody smile? You gotta go above and beyond. Don't wake up to be mediocre, you feel me? You wake up to strive for the best in anything like you do, whether you're working at Toys R Us, whether you're a student.
Toys R Us just got...
Oh, Baby R Us, whatever, it don't matter.
Yeah, Baby R Us.
Yeah, them too.
They're next though.
Well,
there's a lot of companies and businesses shutting down, and that's kind of what we're going off of right now.
Because
social media.
They're not using social media.
Technology right now where...
What's your Facebook handle?
Right
Famous
now where... right
Facebook
now where
or
technology's going, right now where social
Felipe
media is
Loza.
going, a lot of these big businesses are having to, have big influences on the internet, on the eBays and the... do you do online shopping?
Yeah, I do a lot of online shopping. Shout outs to Amazon. Amazon Prime.
My sister does, she does Prime. I actually just use her account because I'm too lazy to set it up.
Oh man.
I know. And I use her Netflix account.
Oh man.
Shout out to my
Shout
sister.
out to your sister for that one, dude. You the true MVP, let me tell you that.
She just doesn't let me click on her profile. She only lets me hit on guest.
You gotta send this guy an invoice or something. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But no, honestly and realistically, guys, don't wake up to be mediocre. And another thing I want to stress out is every time you pick your past over your present, you're definitely going to kill your future. So if you have any dreams and goals of doing something in the future, you got to let go of your past. Don't burn down your bridges, don't anything. Just let it go. It is what it is. Move forward. Do you. Remember this. Life is all about you. Be you, do you, for you. Simple as that.
The 4 U's?
Yeah.
Is that 3 U's?
The 3 U's.
3 U's.
Be you, for you, do you.
That's
simple as that.
That's deep.
You know?
That's real. That's real. So tell us, for the viewers that are just tuning in, right now we got Facebook Live coming on, Instagram, we have a whole bunch of people. Connor, what's up?
What's up, everybody?
Clarissa. What's up, Frank? Frank the Tank. So we're right now with famous Loza. We're talking a lot of everything, a little bit of everything. Tell us a little bit about what projects you have going on. What do you have going on right now in your life? And for those of you that are just tuning in, make sure you guys check out the full podcast coming out next Wednesday. We got into a whole bunch of deep shit.
Yeah, we got a lot of stuff.
This podcast has been pretty good so far.
Yeah.
We're about probably 30 to 40 minutes in already, and it's been very informational. So, again, tell us a little bit about what kind of projects do you have coming? What should we be looking out for?
So right now, guys, I just literally today, yesterday, and the day before yesterday, I had a 3-day video shoot for a commercial for Southwest University. Shout outs to Southwest University, shout outs to Lars Productions, shout outs to all models that were part of it. It was a great atmosphere, so look out for that. There's gonna be a commercial for Southwest University. You're gonna see your boy Famous Loza being one of the students, mechanical diesel student, and he's also gonna be just a regular day student, an alumni student for Southwest University. So that was really exciting. I just finished shooting today, literally at 5:30 when I came over here.
Yeah, you rushed over here.
Yeah,
you got here like right when I got here. Too.
Dude, I'm telling you, I was rushing. We were right here at the San Jacinto Plaza.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna be some shots there. So when you guys see the commercial, I'll definitely share it to you guys. I hope you guys like it. It's great. The production agency was from Octopus, from Guadalajara, Jalisco. They flew them in. They're really
Guadalajara.
great. Yeah, man.
Nice.
So we're going international now. El Paso, watch out. For the music scene, we have a lot of music shows coming up. We of course have the 420 show coming up with Dub T and quite a few people. 420, shout outs to them. Aside from 420, Tom Banks is also hosting a music get-together. Tom Banks is organizing an event where a local artist gets to expose themselves at an event.
That's badass.
Yeah, it really is.
Where's that?
It's going to be in May 18th, downtown El Paso, at the Glass Box, if I'm not mistaken, guys.
Glass Box Studio?
Yeah.
Nice.
So you guys,
who owns Glass Box? Right?
I can't really recall. I met him when I was kind of inebriated.
Mark?
Yes.
Mark Betty?
Yeah, I think Mark, yes.
Mark!
Shout
Mark!
out. Yeah.
Mark, you're still doing your thing, Mark.
So,
that's dope.
We are
Mark
hosting
BD.
the show. Shouts to Tom Banks, shouts to Tom, Young Passion, BDE, Slim, everybody out there. So we're posting the show, so you guys make sure you tune into my radio shows Tuesdays and Thursdays, Dangerous Radio, 10 a.m. The link is on my bio on Instagram, Facebook, and all that stuff, where I expose local artists and local shows. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna also have my boy Manny Carrera as a special guest on my Radio Dangerous show.
Yes.
So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it's gonna be
really
awesome.
excited for that.
I want to
bro.
show him some real good music because I know some of you guys listen to the radio and all that stuff, and let me tell you, this Power 102, 93.5, it's all propaganda, it's all bullshit. You only listen to what they want you to listen to. If you have a request, if you want me to listen or want me to play something, I got you. Why?
Nice.
Because I make local dreams go global.
Oh shit.
Simple as that.
I like that.
You already know what
You
it
need
is.
a bumper sticker for that.
It's that loyalty over royalty.
Loyalty over royalty. Cool. So for those of you guys that are live right now, if you have any questions for Loza, Loza again, he's a model. You got a whole bunch of gigs going on right now. One of his biggest projects that he's working on right now is with Southwest University.
I also did a commercial for Star Western Wear, Men's
Nice.
Warehouse,
Harley Davidson. too,
Harley
no?
Davidson.
Yeah.
So you'll see if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see all my pictures up there. For those of you that are interested in being models, feel free to let me know. I mean, don't be discouraged, don't be afraid. You are beautiful, any shape, size, any color, any race. I really don't care. Everybody's beautiful in their own unique way, and everybody brings something different to the table.
Nice, bro. So what advice would you have for somebody thinking about, or somebody starting off in radio, or somebody starting off in modeling? Because you kind of have a little, you're dipping in a little bit of everything. So what kind of advice would you have for somebody that wants to be a model but is maybe a little mentally beat up off of what people impressions of them may be.
Don't let people discourage you. At the end of the day, you be you, do you, for you. At the end of the day, it's your vision. Don't let anybody hold you back. Like I said, don't let anybody tell you can, you shouldn't, you won't. Don't let the mirror tell you couldn't, because you are your only limitation. If you want something so bad, I'm gonna tell you one thing. There's two different types of people, Manny.
Yeah.
Okay, and no disrespect to anybody, no shade at anybody, but this is gonna get you thinking. Two different types of people. The people that sleep and dream, and the people that wake up and put their dream to work.
Yeah.
Those are the two different types of people. Which one are you? Do you sleep and dream on your dreams, or do you wake up and put your dreams to work?
Yeah.
Because anything's possible in this world. If you think it and believe it, halfway job's already done. All you gotta do is put a little bit of work, and I promise where you wanna go, you'll get there.
Yeah, and that's deep, bro. And you know, I actually heard another analogy kind of going off of that from Gary Vaynerchuk.
Shout outs.
Gary, you, bro. Agent 2021 was the shit. Gary says, you know, for those of you that are into self-development, are into taking that next step in your life, you know, to getting out of that funk that you're in, and you've been reading book after book after book and going to seminar after seminar after seminar. Those things are awesome, and I pay money to go. I'm actually going to be going I'm hoping to next month to New York City to watch Gary host a voice con. Okay. Basically, we're going to be talking podcasts.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to be, you know, going, and hopefully we're going to improve this podcast as we go, you know, which is our goal since the very beginning. But, you know, instead of you reading books after book after book after book, sharpening your blade, you know, put that blade to use, put those books down, and start putting that shit that you're reading to use, you know. Stop looking for the next book and for the next answer. The answer is get to work, you know. Do work.
Facts right there.
So, you know, that's another analogy, just another way of seeing it. But yeah, I mean, that's really what it comes down to, you know.
My biggest words of encouragement or advice to anybody and everybody that wants to do anything and everything is to go in. To go in for it. Don't be scared. Don't be intimidated. Don't be shy. Don't be any of that. Don't be none of that. Because at the end of the day, you is you. It's your vision. What you want is what you'll get. You gotta go above and beyond for what you need. I'm telling you right now, nothing is given to you for free. You earn everything in life. You feel me? So just go above and beyond, like my boy Manny. My boy Manny is the greatest, hands down, realtor in El Paso, Texas. I swear.
Super humble.
No, I'm not even trying to brown nose my boy, but he seriously is. The work ethic that he puts in and day out. I honestly call my boy Hong time. Why? Because if he's not working throughout the daytime here, he's working nighttime Hong Kong time here. Yeah. You feel me? And my boy's just going above and beyond, and that's the type of mentality we need for these people. If we had the mentality that we have today, you and me,
right,
we wouldn't have this diverse and conquer that we have nowadays. We wouldn't have this racial tension. We wouldn't have none of this bullshit, because we are strong-minded people. Strong-minded people come together and make things better. We don't diverse, we don't pull apart, we don't, hey, you know what, you stay your route. No, we bring people together, we unify, we bring everything and make everything much more beautiful.
Right. And that's what it's really about. You know, I feel like just in sales in general, just in life in general, people just have the wrong motive, you know. And for a lot of, you know, if you're a real estate agent, you thinking about being a real estate agent, or if you're thinking about just doing anything that has to do with you know, building rapport, building, you know, customer service or anything like that, I think it really just comes down to you really trying to help people, you know. When you focus on helping people, all the rest of that other shit's gonna follow. You know, my business, my real estate business, when I started, was 100% social media. I don't even have a Zillow account, which I'm saying that, and I know some people that are probably watching that are real estate agents are like, what do you mean you don't have a fucking Zillow account? That's the first thing you should probably do as soon as you get your license, you know? But for me, it's like I have a network. I already have a network of people that have been following me, that have been watching my journey. So why not talk to my network, focus on my network? And when you do that, when you focus on helping people and figuring out solutions, my business has now turned into 100% referrals to social media, to now 60% social media, but it's a huge chunk.
Yeah.
And now 40% referrals.
And it was all based on social media, though.
all based on social media, but because I was able to put the person first, the client
Yes.
first. You know, you actually just sent me a referral.
Yeah.
You know, Barber, if you're watching,
Caleb.
Barber family, we're gonna be listing their house. You know, really nice house in a really nice area.
East side.
But you sent me their contact information, called them right away. I was there the very next day. The very next day, we have the photographer working on the photos. You know, it has to work like that because I know their time frame. I know how fast they need to move, so we gotta move, you know?
Which brings me to my next point. I'm glad you brought that up, is the fact that a lot of people always ask me, Loza, how do you have time to be a model, to be a radio DJ, to be a music manager, to be a youth coach for a nonprofit organization in El Paso, Texas? How do you do all these things? How do you have time?
Yeah.
And I tell them, I don't. I have just as much time as you do.
Yeah.
But you know what's the difference between me and you? Is the fact that I make time for my priorities.
Right.
I don't postpone anything. I don't put anything to the side and say I'll get to it later. It's that moment. That's what I see in you.
Right.
When I got asked and said, do you know of a good realtor? And I said, no, but I know the best realtor in El Paso. I could refer you to him, Manny Carrera.
He's watching right now. Shout out from Caleb Barber.
Shout out to Caleb Barber. We
What's up, brother?
appreciate you. And like I said, your loyalty and your word of mouth goes a long way because I've known you since high school, right? And you and me, we've had our little conflicts in high school. We had our little brush offs, right?
I think you threw my lunch once.
Nah,
Just kidding.
you tripped me, bro.
No, I didn't.
Anyways, so Manny's a great guy. What I'm trying to say is the fact that Manny goes hard for his customers, his clients. He doesn't treat them as money dollar signs. He treats them as how he would want to be treated. And that's what it comes down to.
Cause that's what you have to do, bro. Like if you're in sales, if you are dealing with people, I personally would not buy from anybody that's gonna shove down a fucking house down my throat.
Do
you know?
that.
And there's a lot of agents that I see, and I'm only saying agents, and I'm only bringing up real estate because I'm a realtor, but this is just in general, you know? You go to the fucking mall and somebody's gonna try and shove you some shoe cleaner down your throat. Because that's just sales, you know? That's just what people know to do, is you have to be aggressive. But sales now is just 100% different.
It really is.
And for the people that are still doing the same shit that they've been doing in sales, their businesses aren't gonna last because they're focusing on the wrong thing. They're focusing on numbers and they're focusing on profit.
Yes.
You know? And that really doesn't make for good business or longevity in business, you know?
I'm gonna tell you one thing right now, guys. I've been doing sales for a long time. I was the youngest manager at Radio Shack in District 420 in San Antonio, Texas. I know Radio Shack went down the drain, but this was when they were in their prime.
Another business.
Yeah, another
We've already
business.
mentioned 3: Babies R Us, Toys R Us, and Radio Shack.
Yeah.
Why?
Because of social media network.
Social media,
Yeah.
internet.
So
Technology.
when I was working at Radio Shack, I was a full-time employee working my butt off. And this is a perfect example. I'm gonna tell the story. I don't care if we don't have time, but
We have time.
so this is what happened, guys. Long story short, I went to college. After high school, I got a partial scholarship. I got kicked off the basketball team, so I moved back to El Paso, Texas.
Right.
And when I was living in El Paso, Texas, I had no sense of direction. I don't know what I was doing with my life. I was just literally a pothead, for lack of a better word. And I went to jail. I went to jail for stupid reasons. And my twin brother, shout outs to my twin brother, Gabriel Loza.
Gabriel, yes, of course. We didn't even mention that you're a twin.
Yeah, I have a twin brother. My twin brother, Gabriel Loza, who had joined the Air Force, was stationed in San Antonio at the time. He bailed me out from San Antonio, Texas, and called me the second I got bailed down and said, "You owe me, and the way you're gonna pay me back is by moving back to San Antonio." I moved to San Antonio with no job, no nothing. I got a job with Radio Shack. I worked my butt off, literally worked my butt off with no manager in sight. I got hired with one manager and he got transferred within a month. I worked my butt off. I ran my store as a full-time employee because we were a small store, employee of like 6 without a manager. So I ran my store. I was a full-timer. And I got noticed. My DM noticed me. He's like, "Who's running Radio Shacks in Rolling Oaks?" I was like, "Felipe Loza." He's all like, "Who are you?" I was like, "I'm a full-time employee." And he's like, "You know what? You did such a great job with the store. I'm gonna put you in my assistant manager program." And I got moved up. And I was running Radio Shack Bernie, which was one of the multi-million-dollar stores. Shout outs to George Strait and Willie Nelson for stopping by my store. And
I was about to say, they sound famous as hell.
yeah, they're country singers.
Okay, no, I
they
know.
stopped by my store. And one thing I learned about Radio Shack, it's not about upselling people. And,
Right.
and a lot of people will try to upsell people.
Right.
And you don't, Manny. What you do is you give them the complete sale, the complete solution.
Right.
You look out for them. You don't give them the upsell, because if they're gonna sell this part of their house, why not sell this part of the house and their property?
Right.
So why not go with you? You're the perfect route. That's what I'm saying. You give them the complete solution. There's a difference between upselling and giving the people the complete satisfaction
Right.
and complete solution.
That goes a longer way. Nobody's gonna send you business or referrals
Exactly.
if you're sitting in a house that's falling apart, you know. And I always tell my clients when I do meet them, I'm like, you know, I want to find you the perfect house for you. I don't want you to be sitting in your house a year from today saying, "Fucking Manny, piece of shit."
Yeah.
You know, this guy put me in a horrible house because it was paying this commission. That's the worst thing for my business, you know? That's something that I don't need. I'd rather put somebody in a house that, regardless of what commission it's paying, they're 100% happy with the neighborhood, with the house,
Yes.
with the layout, with, you know, with everything that
The
comes-
scenery, the
Yeah, yeah,
atmosphere, everything about
So,
it, man.
Yeah, man. So you mentioned right now that you went to jail. Do you think jail for you was kind of like a turning point?
It was just a focus point in my life to tell me, stop doing stupid
Get
things.
your shit together.
Get your shit together. Like, seriously, dude. Like, you're better than this.
Yeah.
I was honestly taking life for granted to the fullest. I didn't mention this, but my freshman year at Angelo State University, I was involved in a really bad car accident where somebody almost left me there to die. And the next morning, I woke up in a hospital bed where about 65 of my peers from Angelo State University, my roommates, my dorm, everybody, were in the hospital bed, wait there, crying their tears out, and I woke up like, what happened?
Right.
And ever since that moment, I told myself, I will never, ever take life for granted. I will do anything and everything to help anybody and everybody that wants to get help.
One life.
One life, YOLO. You already know what it is.
YOLO. Hey, so we got a question from, dude, it's Nessa95. This is Nessa.
Okay.
Nessa Hernandez. And so if you could give advice to someone wanting to be successful, what would you say, or what steps should they take?
To be successful in many ways, depending on what route you want to be successful in, there's many ways of being successful in your own eyes or in the publicity eyes. I know perception is a big thing, so it's the way how you carry yourself. A lot of people want to be Instagram famous or Instagram models or whatever. They want to start their own entertainment business, but it's just the way how you carry yourself. Like you said, reputation carries you a long way. Respect carries you a long way.
Bless you,
Humbleness
sister.
carries you a long way.
Yeah.
So being humble, being respectful, and doing your homework and going above and beyond in anything and everything you do is literally gonna set you footstones to success, because people are gonna notice that. People are gonna notice your work ethic, and at the same time they're gonna implement, you know what, you're kind of cute, you could be a model, or you know what, you have the voice to be a radio DJ.
Yeah.
You know, so
You have
all
the
these
face for radio.
all these doors, all these opportunities start opening up. So it's just the fact that you just gotta go out there and try it and do it. Success is, I guess, judged on so many levels. To me, success is you just going out there and doing it, whether you succeed or fail, because you did it. You're successful enough to do it, whether you failed in somebody else's eyes. I don't care, because I went up there and did it. That's their point of view. If they didn't like it, too bad.
Right.
Fuck it. Other people are gonna like it. You feel me? There's one thing I learned in life is that people wanna like you. Nobody wants to dislike anybody. It's the media that portrays that.
Right.
You feel me? I like you. I don't care what your skin color is. I really
Yeah,
don't.
yeah.
You feel
We're the
me?
same. I'm a little darker.
I'm a little white, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm,
you just need to
chocolate.
go above and beyond. Do you, be you, and for you. Fuck everybody. Fuck the haters. There's a reason why they're called haters, because you're doing something right. They want to be in your position. Simple as that.
And I think to that question also, I'm kidding, man. Jet class, you're funny. But I think to that question also is, what is your definition of success? You know, everybody has their definition of success. Some people, success means having $1 million in the fucking bank. Some people, their version of success is just being happy with whatever they're doing.
My version of success is honestly my reputation. The fact that I know multi-platinum producers, songwriters, artists, and when they come down to El Paso, Texas, guess whose phone number they call? Mine. you know, because of my respect, my loyalty, my humbleness. Shout outs to MC Nice, shout outs to Amanda Perez, shout outs to Two Pistols, shout outs to Coke Vango, shout outs to Eric Ballinger. Those are all artists that were brought down here in El Paso, Texas. Shout outs to Sick Life, shout outs to everybody, you know. Those are the people that opening doors for me, because I open doors for them. It's not what you know, it's who you know nowadays in this networking.
And how important, and that was actually one of my next questions, how important, because I know, you know, how important networking is. I know how important networking is, but how important would you say having a network is to your business and what you're doing right now?
It's extremely successful, simply because if I want to get out there in the public's eye, I need to do it one way or another. And the way I'm going to do it is by doing it with my own social media. I'm not going to have somebody do it for me, because they don't see my vision. It's my vision, and I want them to see the full aspect, the good, the bad, the ugly, the nice, everything.
Right.
And that's what it's all about, is the fact that if you want to be successful in your life, you got to define your success first. What is success in your eyes? Do you see successful as you being a multimillionaire, or do you see successful as just being happy and content with what you have?
So we got another question.
Yeah.
So Caleb asks, so when you get there, when you get to where you want to be, what do you do then?
You keep going. There's no reason for you to stop. I mean, if you're satisfied to get to the point that you're at today, or you worked your butt off, then you're always gonna be mediocre from that point forward. And that's what happens to a lot of famous people, is the fact that when they get to that certain point, when they have that one-hit wonder, they get those multi-millions, and boom, there you go. They're satisfied with the multi-millions, and they're like, I'm good.
And I think Caleb, to that too, is like, what type of goals are you setting? There's long-term goals and there's short-term goals, you know? And a lot of people get them mixed up. A lot of people will set short-term goals as long-term goals and hit them really quick, because they were supposed to be a short-term goal.
Facts.
And when you hit that, you're at the top, you're at the pinnacle, and there's really nothing, you know, there's nothing after that. And I've actually hit that, you know. When I started at Verizon, back, I don't know what year, back when I started, you know, I started in February, right before Valentine's Day, and when I had started, I was number one. The month that I had started Verizon, I was number one. I had knocked everybody off. I was number one in the entire market from Arizona to El Paso. And I was number one. And at a certain point, it felt so easy for me to be number one, for me to not even have to go in and try, because I had just noticed and realized right away that, can you guys see on Instagram Live? We just got a message. But can you guys see on Instagram Live? Can you see us? Because our screen is actually black. I got a call right now.
You also got a pitch or a customer. Hey, what's up? I'm a local singer, songwriter. I'm looking for a manager. Can we set a date and place to meet?
Yeah, definitely, man. Feel free to hit me up on Instagram, famousloza_24. Reach out to me on Facebook, Felipe Loza. Send me your music. I'll listen to it. We can chop it up. See what kind of route you want to go with, and see what kind of image you want to go with, and we'll go from there, man. Definitely, I'm here to make your local dream go global. Remember that, guys. So Manny's having some issues right now with his little Instagram. So that's all right. It's no biggie. But I want to just let everybody know, it's just the fact that Manny does go hard for his employees, and Caleb is a perfect example. Shout out to Caleb Barber for tuning in. He's a perfect example. Caleb, you are the one that you could speak for Manny, you know? Manny took care of you, so.
Yeah. So, and to kind of finish off what I was saying, I forgot what I was saying, you know? Your cigar is distracting me. This is a pretty good smelling cigar. Make sure you guys check out the full video, the full podcast next week, so you can actually hear my first cigar story. It's pretty embarrassing.
It was pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie.
It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed.
I enjoyed it. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, for sure. But any other questions that you guys have, make sure to drop them here. You know, finishing off, I guess, our podcast. You know, I want to ask two questions. Finish off on two questions. One question is, you know, what message or what is the biggest takeaway that you want people to kind of get from this podcast interview, Whiskey Wednesday podcast session, episode number 5. What is the biggest takeaway that you want your viewers, your network, my network, to kind of, take and, little golden nugget, put in your pocket?
Winners never quit. Quitters never win. That's my biggest advice. If you want to strive to do whatever you want to strive, then do it. Don't be scared. Don't be embarrassed. And don't be shy. Remember this. It's your life. You go hard. It's your vision. You want to live it the way you want to live it. And you want to portray it the way you want to portray it. Nobody else could do that for you. And my biggest advice is just go in, dive in. Don't be scared. Don't touch your toes in the water. Just dive into what you want to do.
Go all in.
Go all in. Don't be scared. Just dive into the water. Why? Because at the end of the day, you'll get experience. You'll get wet. You'll do all that stuff. You'll come across the people that you need to come across. God works in many mysterious ways. You feel me? And it's all about the law of attraction, the law of manifestation. If you could think it and believe it, then go in for it. You already did half the job.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Simple as that.
Bro.
I want to bring to the next thing, like, you're the perfect example because, like you said, you were at Verizon, top tier for X amount of years, and you weren't even being challenged anymore. You told yourself, what do I want now?
Right.
So you got into the real estate business, and now you're going above and beyond for everybody, not just locally.
Yeah.
Not just locally, but he's doing it internationally. Like, I have him working for people, not just here in the States, but also I'm trying to get him in Mexico if he can. So
sell real estate in Mexico?
You, man. Get you up because I have a lot.
I have to actually talk to my broker to see if I can. I know that, this is a whole different country, so I wonder how that works. Because I know state-wise, like, I'm actually in process of getting my real estate license in New Mexico as well. Just because it's so close. We're borderland right next to them. So I want to definitely get my New Mexico license, and it's all about just taking all the courses.
Yeah.
But I don't know how it works in Mexico. That'd be pretty awesome.
I have so much property out there and so many compas and paisas out there that are asking me, hey man, I want to move to the States. Yeah, shout out to everybody out there. Shout out to all the Dominicans, Latinos, Mexicans, everybody out there. I love you guys all. If you guys need a realtor, if you guys need a place to stay anywhere, make sure you guys hit up my boy Manny Carrera from Carrera Homes. The greatest, the best, hands down, most humblest guy you'll ever come across, and most loyal guy that will give you his best, his all, his everything.
Super humbled, man. You've really.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, I really do appreciate you stopping by, man. I'm really excited for people to see and hear your story because honestly, I didn't even expect this. These podcasts are usually very unscripted. Mm-hmm. Usually, I'll write some questions and jot some down on this notepad here, and we completely veered off of this whole notepad. This was all organic. Yeah. And I'm really excited for people to really hear your message, hear your story. And the cool thing about podcasts and YouTube channels and having social media is you never know who it's gonna affect. You never know who's gonna watch it. So this video may not resonate with anybody just yet, but maybe not today, but if in a couple months, a couple weeks, a couple days, a couple years, one person, this video, your message affected them in such a way that it really helped them, Maybe we're looking at the next,
president, hopefully.
President,
I don't know, man.
Real estate, anything, So that's definitely a cool thing to do. This is part of what drives me is leaving a legacy. Yeah. And I think internet isn't going anywhere.
No, it's definitely not.
So having this online presence is really cool.
It really is. We could reach out to so many people. And I want to say thank you to anybody and everybody that tuned in to Carrera Homes and Manny's Facebook. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, definitely.
I appreciate it.
Where can people follow you if they want to check out your Instagram, or Facebook? Where can people follow you? Where can people see content and what you're doing, on a day-to-day?
You guys can make sure to follow me on Facebook at Felipe Loza. Instagram is at famousloza_24. Snapchat at famousloza_24. But yeah, I also have my Twitter at famousloza. So I like to do all sorts of things. You'll catch me on all different types of platforms, social media. I like to go branding my stuff out there big and bold. Why? Because there's no reason to me or you playing small in this world. Because if you play small in this world, does not help me shine bright like a diamond. So I need you to shine bright like a diamond in order for for me to shine bright like a diamond myself. Thank you guys.
Hell yeah. That's dope, man. So, last question that I just want to kind of end off of. Obviously, I'm a realtor.
Yeah.
I love real estate.
Definitely.
You know, and I love El Paso, and that's one of the main reasons why I actually came back from Miami to do real estate here. You know, I see the growth, I see where El Paso's headed, and where it's gone and where it's transitioned in just even the last 4 or 5 years. You know, it's been getting big. So my last question for you is, what is one place here in El Paso that you're just, you know, crazy about? That one place that you actually asked me earlier, you know, what in one is that one place in Miami that I would go to if I was depressed, happy, sad, whatever it was, that was just my go-to place. Whether it's a restaurant, bar, you know, anything, coffee shop, what is that one place in El Paso that you just can't get enough of?
Wow, that one place in El Paso. I know a lot of people rave about Chico's Tacos, and I'm not.
Chico's.
I love Chico's. Chico's is by far my childhood. But if there's one place
Is it beef?
Is it?
Or is it soybean?
I think it's pork.
No, I heard it was soybean.
I don't even know what it is.
I hope it was
I just
soybean.
eat it, whatever.
I ate it too, and I hope it was soybean.
But if there's one place I could recommend for anybody that comes visit El Paso or just move to El Paso, Frisco Burgers on Yarborough, right before Pebble Hills. Frisco Burger, it is the best place burger joint you'll ever come across. Order yourself a double cheeseburger with bacon and add that green chili on the sauce on the table, and I promise you, you're in heaven. You're literally just wet all day, every day.
That sounds bomb.
It is delicious. Shout outs to Frisco Burgers. Shout outs to Evolution Repair. If you guys have a broken cell phone, a cracked cell phone, crack is whack. Go get your phone fixed at Evolution Repair.
Gabriel?
Yep. Gabriel Ramirez.
Shout out Gabriel.
You already know what it is right there at Cielo Vista Mall, across from Finish Line, second floor. Let them know your boy Famous Loza and Manny Carrera sent you, and you get that discount. I promise you. I'm not even lying.
Yeah, so that's awesome, man. So really excited for you guys to check out the full episode of Whiskey Wednesday podcast session number 5 with Famous Loza. We had a really good podcast session. What do you think about it?
It was amazing. It was unique. The atmosphere, the environment, everything about it. The whiskey itself was bomb. The cigar. Thank you, Manny. Thank you. This is what you need daily. If you have an opportunity to check out Whiskey Wednesdays, make sure you like it, share it, comment, spam that shit everywhere, and make sure you follow my boy Manny Carrera. Make sure you give him some great 5 stars. Is that what we do now?
Yeah, give me as many stars.
5 stars. Go above and beyond. Remember, we're not waking up to be mediocre.
Yeah, and that was probably one of my biggest takeaways, you know. Don't wake up, be mediocre. What's the point?
No, there's no point to be mediocre, because you're mediocre today, you're mediocre tomorrow, you're mediocre the rest of your life. Go above and beyond.
Awesome, that's awesome. Connor says Isla Vista makes great cigars.
Oh, definitely.
Is that what you just spoke?
Yes, I did.
Oh, yeah.
You guys got
He just
shout outs
smoked
from Steve Soto?
Stevie,
Stevie.
what's up, brother? You know Steve
You
too.
know Stevie.
Steve's been following since the podcast number 1.
You already know what it is. Shout outs to Big Stevie Soto. He's out there in San Antonio, Texas.
Yeah, he's doing his thing.
Hey, shout outs to Pablito and Richie Soto. I miss you guys to the fullest. That's family right there.
Candace Nicole Navarro just said hey.
Hey Candace, what's up?
What's up, Candace? That's a BA family right there.
Yeah, that's Bel Air too, huh?
You already know what it is.
We got all the Bel Air cats.
It's that Lower Valley, guys. It's that loyalty over royalty. You feel me?
07.
I'm gonna tell you one thing, guys. And don't get this misconstrued. Your favorite rapper, your favorite actor, whatever it is, was a local actor, was a local rapper. And how do you think he blew up? Because his local community embraced him. And that's what we need El Paso to do, is to embrace my boy Manny Carrera and his realtor homes, and they need to embrace my boy, me, myself, Famous Loza, to put everybody on the map, making your local dreams go global.
So, Loza, you're a DJ at Famous Radio, and I actually earned a spot on your show, right?
He's gonna be my special guest. As a matter of fact, next week too. It's gonna
next week, okay.
Next week, Thursday,
right.
10 a.m. I'm throwing him on
10.
there. He's good.
So you're free at 10 a.m.
You're free. You have no other choice. Shout out to Sosa for doing his thing. He's the true MVP. He's doing everything.
We got my camera guy here. We got the podcast running. We got the cannon running, and we got the whiskey
drained.
We need another one.
Refill.
Refill. But yeah, man. So I really do appreciate you stopping by, sharing your story, sharing a lot of knowledge with us and our viewers. On podcasts, on iTunes, on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. we're trying to be a little bit a little everywhere.
Everywhere. You gotta dip your toes
diversify.
into everything. You feel me? Because there's different crowds for different people. You feel me? So
Yeah, definitely.
a lot of people don't fuck with Facebook, but they fuck with Instagram. You know, so
Yeah. You always gotta jump on it.
we gotta please everybody.
What have you been in the loop as far as what social media networks are coming or new? Because I know there's actually a couple.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
There's a
coming
couple,
up.
and I need to jump on them.
Well, yeah. I know a lot of people when they were talking about Google Plus at one point. Back then, I don't know if you remember.
Right, yeah.
That was gonna supposedly take off, be the new Facebook. Well, I'm telling you right now, Facebook's coming to an end. And there's something coming up because Facebook has so many sanctions and so many regulations. They broke so many FCC rules that the point that the owner, Mark Zuckerberg, is gonna end up selling his stock and just dipping out.
That's bold. I love Facebook.
I love Facebook. It's no MySpace. MySpace brings all the girls to the yard. Damn right. That's
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, hopefully, Facebook is great. I think it's an awesome place, especially with all the ads and capabilities of having a business page.
Well, see, that's the pros and cons with Facebook right now that they're facing is the fact that they're letting anybody and everybody post ads, and they're using those ads to consume consumers' information.
Right. They're actually getting really strict though, because even on ads now, your pictures or videos have to have a certain quality.
Yeah.
There can't be a lot of verbiage on a lot of ads that you do. So they're changing it, but I think it's honestly a change for the better, because at the end of the day, they don't want it to be like TV. They don't want it to be like commercial ads. They want it to be, Snapchat, I know, started ads where you're going through the story and then you just run into a freaking ad, and
Facts,
it's
yeah.
annoying,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, that's where the attention's going.
Do you
That's
think
where it's at.
Instagram's gonna take over Facebook?
Honestly,
Because Instagram has plateaus climbed so much.
yeah, I think Instagram's really, really kicking it up a notch. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people are kind of shying off of Facebook just because Facebook at one point didn't have so many filters. And I hated getting on Facebook for a while because you jump on and there's freaking dead bodies and this and that and this and that,
Yeah,
and it's
you don't
just
wanna see
like,
that.
bro, like it's insane.
Yeah.
You don't want to see that. So I think with Instagram there's just less noise because it's really just one opportunity, one shot. It's not so in your face.
And that's what I like about them.
Yeah, and Snapchat too. I think Snapchat is maybe, I would say, one of those that is probably going to be one of the first.
I think there's gonna be the first ones to fall.
Because right now Facebook and Instagram have already incorporated everything that Snapchat
has.
does.
Facts.
Snapchat just got an update where now you could have stories for up to 15 people at a time on a single thread, live, and it's cool. But I mean,
Yeah, no.
so,
I don't agree with it.
So I think social media it's exciting. I mean, that's what I love about social media, about being on podcasts, being on all these different mediums, is that it's just so diversitized. There's so many different ways to engage with people and viewers. Right now we're live. Right now we're on podcasts. Right now we're live on Facebook, and we're on YouTube. So.
We going hard for the business, you feel me?
Yeah. So it's awesome, but yeah, really excited for everybody to check out the next episode of Whiskey Wednesday. This is episode number 5. Today, actually, Whiskey Wednesday episode number 4 is gonna be dropping. We're gonna have a really cool snippet dropping today by Sosa. But podcast is coming, so make sure you guys check out episode number 4 today, and next Wednesday we're gonna be airing number 5 with Loza. You guys get to hear his full story and check out the full interview. Again, Loza, appreciate you stopping by, man. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I'm really looking forward to next Thursday at 10 a.m.
I'm really looking forward to getting a new house. You already know. I'm just saying, my boy gonna take care.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to helping you out too, man.
Nah, I'm just playing, but thank you. I'm really humble and truly blessed to be your special guest. Honestly, it was a great atmosphere, great entertainment. I loved it. It was all organic. Nothing was scripted, honestly. To all your viewers, thank you for tuning in. You guys are the true MVP. This is why we do this, for you guys, to entertain you guys, to give you guys knowledge, and to give you guys inspiration and motivation, because at the end of the day, some of us might lack that. And some of us might need a smile here and there, and I got a lot of smiles to give, so I'm gonna give you some of my smiles. There you go, guys.
Definitely, definitely. But yeah, man, appreciate you again. For you guys watching live on Facebook, Instagram, for you guys listening in on iTunes, and for you guys watching on YouTube, you know, make sure you guys check out every single Wednesday. New episode of Whiskey Wednesday podcast session is dropping, where we interview and sit down with entrepreneurs, influencers, movers, and shakers. And you know, Famous Loza is definitely one of those. So wish you the best of luck with everything that you're doing, all your endeavors, bro. You know, you got a lot going on, and you're staying busy. And stay busy.
All day.
That's the only way
all
to.
Day. That's the only way to do it.
To keep doing
you
it.
sleep when you die. Put it that way. That's all I gotta say. You feel me? And stay in your own lane.
Sleep is a cousin of death.
Stay in your own lane. That's all I gotta say. Don't create no static, no ruckus. Stay in your own lane. Focus on you. It's your tunnel vision. You feel me? Don't let no distractions roll you off the lanes, because if you do, you're gonna wreck and you're gonna fuck up your dreams.
Yeah, definitely. Don't compare your story to other people's story. Don't
ever
compare timing, you know, somebody else's accomplishment in a short amount of time to yours. But yeah, so really excited, man. Really excited to
Thank you
for this next episode to drop.
Whiskey Wednesdays, number 5. Shout out to Manny Carrera. Shout out to Carrera Homes. You already know what it is. It's your boy Famous Loza out here. We're doing it big in El Paso, Texas. So make sure you follow my boy. Make sure you like, share, and comment Manny Carrera's page, Carrera Homes. You already know what it is. It's that loyalty over royalty. We out this hoe.
Peace, guys.
If she got the hots for me,